and ready to go. No matter what you drive, cars, trucks, SUVs, tractors, we've got the perfect fit for you for every road, every terrain, every job.
And we don't just stock tires, we stock quality you could depend on. Built to perform, built to last, and backed by a team that knows tires inside out. Simply put, when it comes to quality, we are second to none.
And here's the best part, free fitting and free same-day delivery. Yes, that's right. Fast professional service without the extra cost. Plus, if you're buying in bulks, we've got special deals waiting for you.
And here's what smart drivers already know. With ongoing foreign exchange challenges, tire availability could tighten and prices may increase. So it makes sense to stock up now while inventory is strong and prices is still in your favor. So whether you drive a car, van, truck, SUV or tractor, don't wait.
We're conveniently located at South Haven Shopping Center in Davie, ready to serve you.
Meet our professional tire expert, Jason and Yachten.
Give us a call at the Tire Club at 718-9300.
Jason 370-3892.
And Yachten at 735-3930.
Heart disease is the #1 cause of death in Trinidad and Tobago, driven by 2 silent threats, diabetes and high cholesterol. But now there's a powerful ally, introducing Berberine Plus by Asia Nutrition, clinically proven to stabilize blood sugar and keep cholesterol levels in check. With 99.9% pure extract, you get superior absorption and real results. Available now at Pennywise and leading pharmacies nationwide. Berberine Plus, your heart deserves better.
Time Check, brought to you by BioStrath Immune with added zinc. Distributed by H&J Enterprises Limited.
The Chief Secretary demands answers in the disappearance of 2-year-old Angelo Tobias Plaza. He says something is not right. The opposition leader hits back at calls for her to fire Janelle John Bates, saying she will not be rushed to act. The Taparia family pleading for help tonight after their roof is totally blown off in high winds.
Coming up in sport, Trinidad and Tobago Red Force faced a tough task against defending champions Guyana Harpy Eagles, the West Indies Championship final.
Good evening, I'm Bhavita Gopal-Chan and this is the Weekend News here on CNC3. 6 days of desperate searching for toddler Angelo Tobias Plaza, including at the Studley Park landfill today, have come up empty-handed. Chief Secretary Fali Augustin expressed outrage today, saying he cannot continue to be diplomatic. Here's Stephen Nicholas with more.
Chief Secretary Fali Augustin says Tobago is agitated over what he described as Nancy stories being told about the disappearance of Angelo Tobias Plaza. The 2-year-old was reported missing from his Goodwood home on Monday night. Despite extensive searches via land and sea, there is no sign of him. In a Facebook post today, Augustin said he has tried to be diplomatic, but the issue is troubling him. He says the case has shaken the island to its core, and neither silence nor excuses will be accepted. Angelo's mother, Khalifa Tobias, and her boyfriend, Shannon Miller, remain in police custody for the 2nd day. Augustin said he found it hard to believe Angelo would walk through a track into the ocean at night. He echoed sentiments of Goodwood Village Council head Wendy Devines, saying if wrongdoing is found, it must be prosecuted.
I want to know, and we want to send a message out there to let parents and guardians know that they are not to neglect children, right? Because that should be punishable by law, right? And if the authorities let this one slide, well, then they are giving the green light to parents and guardians, telling them that it is normal, it is okay.
Meanwhile, police swooped down on Studley Park landfill today following intelligence received. The Tobago Emergency Management Agency, along with hunters groups, continue looking for the toddler.
Yesterday, we conduct searches in and around the area where Angelo went missing. We start around 9 o'clock and we close off around 8:30 with villagers, family members, and also the hunter search and rescue team. We come up empty-handed, and today we come back in the area around 8:30 and we start to pick up information, and information lead us that we gather to this area.
A villager passing the landfill stopped to observe the heightened activity. He told CNC3 News he hopes the child could be found.
That child could be my grandchild, it could be my child, it could be everything. It's real sad and it's real crazy.
A candlelight vigil for Angelo will take place tonight. Tomorrow makes it 1 week since he was reported missing. Stefan Nicholas, CNC3 News.
On the back of that story, today we asked whether you believe authorities respond quickly enough when people go missing. It's what some of you had to say.
All I can say in the south here, yes. Police very rapid in the south.
Yes, because of the new government and the TTPS response, yeah.
No, not in this country. This country just wait till it reach the critical before they get up and do what they're supposed to do.
No, because it's supposed to go until you're supposed to see more authorities out in full force.
Now the authority is fraud. The whole government system is fraud. You can't believe on the police because the police killing civilians.
I find I should try fastly to find them.
Opposition leader Penelope Beckles has publicly addressed the Janelle John Bates matter, but has not yet made a decision. John Bates has come under scrutiny after reportedly assisting former Health Minister Terence Dialsing with his statement ahead of appearing before a Public Administration and Appropriations Committee of Parliament. John Bates was a member of that committee, but was removed after the incident. She later offered her resignation as an opposition senator. Well, since then, there have been calls for Beckles to make a decision on whether or not she accepts John Bates' resignation. Today, at the P&M Sports Day at the Nelson Mandela Park, she threw the ball back in the Prime Minister's court regarding members of her government.
I want to make it abundantly clear to the UNC. The responsibility to appoint senators of the P&M is mine, right? So let Kamala deal with her problems. Let her decide about her appointment of her senators. But if you're comfortable appointing those people with questionable characters, questionable characteristics, leave me alone, right? When the time comes for me to act as the Constitution requires, I will act.
The opposition leader also issued a call for potential candidates to offer themselves for the local government election when it is called.
Young people, are you ready? Young people, are you ready? So to all the constituencies who have already submitted names, we will be starting our screening exercise this month. And we will be coming to all the respective constituencies where you have persons who are ready to offer themselves for local government elections.
Now, the date for the elections has not yet been called by the Prime Minister, but is constitutionally due next year. And UNC Alderman Victor Roberts says he has officially cut ties with the United National Congress and the government. Roberts appeared at the People's National Movement's Family Day at Nelson Mandela Park today, where he publicly declared that he has severed those ties with the UNC. Here's Otto Carrington with more.
It was a sea of red at Nelson Mandela Park on Sunday as supporters, party groups and officials of the People's National Movement gathered for the party's annual Sports and Family Day. The event began with a traditional march past featuring representatives from constituencies across the country, setting the tone for a day filled with pageantry, entertainment and camaraderie. Supporters turned out in party colors as presentations unfolded with vibrant displays, musical performances, and energetic cultural flair throughout the event. The party's political leader Penelope Beckles was present for the celebrations, but it was the presence of UNC alderman and activist Victor Roberts who stood out dressed in red among the PNM faithful, which drew the attention of those present. Roberts made it clear that he has formally severed all ties with the United National Congress.
I have terminated my membership with the UNC, and I want to get this clear. I want them to get me clear. And I have since joined the PNM.
The outspoken alderman also defended his tenure in local government, insisting his appointment was earned through performance and not political favor, while maintaining that his duty in council was to represent citizens rather than party interest.
I worked for a position in the UNC. And based on my performance, I was recommended by the UNC. And I was appointed by the EBC. So until such time, I am sitting doing the people's business. When I represent the people in the council, I don't represent the PNM or represent the UNC party.
He said he is in full support of the People's National Movement political leader for the next Prime Minister.
So I am supporting Penelope Beckles as the leader of the opposition and as the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago.
The games had only just begun as the constituencies battled for glory in the tug-of-war races and the event of the day, the MP and executive race, with MPs Marvin Gonzalez and Kareem Marcel in first and second respectively, and Senator Sanjeev Boodoo third. Otto Carrington, CNC3 News.
The former Prime Minister and political leader of the PNM, Dr. Keith Rowley, along with the former National Security Minister Fitzgerald Hines, were in attendance at the PNM's Family Day. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
Looking for tires you can trust? Then listen up, Trinidad and Tobago.
At the Tire Club, we carry the largest tire inventory in the Caribbean. Over 10,000 tires in stock and ready to go. No matter what you drive, cars, trucks, SUVs, tractors, we've got the perfect fit for you for every road, every terrain, every job.
And we don't just stock tires, we stock quality you could depend on. Built to perform, built to last, and backed by a team that knows tires inside out. Simply put, when it comes to quality, we are second to none.
And here's the best part: free fitting and free same-day delivery. Yes, that's right. Fast professional service without the extra cost. Plus, if you're buying in bulks, we've got special deals waiting for you.
And here's what smart drivers already know. With ongoing foreign exchange challenges, tire availability could tighten and prices may increase. So it makes sense to stock up now while inventory is strong and prices is still in your favor. So whether you drive a car, van, truck, SUV or tractor, don't wait.
We're conveniently located at South Haven Shopping Center in Davie, ready to serve you.
Meet our professional tire expert, Jason and Yapton.
Give us a call at the Tire Club at 718-9300.
Jason 370-3892.
And Yapton at 735-3930.
Heart disease is the #1 cause of death in Trinidad and Tobago, driven by two silent threats, diabetes and high cholesterol. But now there's a powerful ally, introducing Berberine Plus by Asia Nutrition, clinically proven to stabilize blood sugar and keep cholesterol levels in check. With 99.9% pure extract, you get superior absorption and real results. Available now at Pennywise and leading pharmacies nationwide. Berberine Plus, your heart deserves better.
If you could see what the future holds, you'd see that while things change, you've still got it. You are strong, resilient, inspiring, and you won't be defined by time. You'll own every minute of it because you were made for more. Discover how Alive multivitamins by Nature's Way help you age vibrantly.
Welcome back. The Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Industry and Commerce is calling for strong governance and fiscal discipline at the National Gas Company of TNT. Now, this comes following recent discussions surrounding NGC's credit rating arrangements after Moody's Investors Service withdrew its ratings following the company's decision to discontinue its subscription relationship. The Chamber says credit ratings are independent in opinions and that NGC is entitled to make commercial decisions, but stresses the importance of transparency, consistency, as well as investor confidence. It is urging the company to continue timely financial disclosures and calls on government to address macroeconomic concerns affecting the energy sector as well as the wider economy. Heritage Petroleum says it has completed the removal of contaminated soil following reports of oil scent and sightings in the vicinity of the Ranjinanan Drive in Taruba. The company says air quality testing is continuing through the Caribbean Industrial Research Institute to ensure safe levels are maintained. Heritage says investigations and monitoring are ongoing, while personnel remain in contact with residents to address concerns. The company adds that medical support has been made available to residents if needed, and relevant state agencies have been notified and remain engaged in the response efforts. Meanwhile, the North Central Regional Health Authority is rejecting claims by the Trinidad and Tobago Nurses Association that conditions at the Eric Williams Medical Sciences Complex and Mount Hope Women's Hospital are worsening. Now, the TTNNA recently said the facilities were at breaking point and claimed a patient died after spending 6 days on a trolley in the Accident and Emergency Department due to staff shortages. But in a media release today, the NCRHA said patient outcomes are in fact improving. The authority said mortality figures dropped from 275 deaths in January to 206 in April. The NCRHA also reported increased surgeries, shorter waiting times for admissions, improved working conditions, and a reduction in nursing absenteeism. The authority said it has also hired 50 additional nurses over the past 2 months. Siparia pensioner Nankishore Bobby Serju spent Saturday night beneath an open roof after strong winds tore through his Digans village home. The high winds peeled away a section of his galvanized roofing, leaving rainwater inside the house, damaging appliances and exposing electrical wiring. Serju, known in the community as Bobby, the Mike Man, had been away at a cookout when relatives alerted him that the roof had started lifting. By the time he returned home hours later, half of the roof had flipped onto the other half of the house. Well, yesterday, as officials from the National Commission for Self-Help assessed the damage, Sergio admitted the shock of returning home still weighed heavily on him.
Oh Lord, Well, it was hard. It was very hard. You know, to leave your house and come back and meet it in a, you know, the condition it was in, I didn't know what to do. I want to be in the house to make sure everything was okay now. That if rain, you know, a home that could take care of certain things, you know.
Well, despite the damage, Sergio said he still spent the night inside the house, worried more rain could further destroy what remained. A tarpaulin provided by the disaster management officials could only cover furniture inside, while broken beams and exposed electrical fixtures remained. Sergio said sleep never came as he remained alert throughout the night, fearing another shower would pass over the area. Self-Help Commission Chairman Vishnu Ramlakan said the agency is assisting Sergio through an emergency home repair grant, but admitted the condition of the structure presents a challenge.
So we're looking at the state of the building, so he will have to tell us how he would like to move forward with it, because to put a roof on this is kind of insecure. He mentioned that he has material to start a foundation, so once he could get the foundation up and running, we can assist further.
Now, Sergio is pleading for help as the equipment he uses for work, appliance and furniture were all destroyed in the rains. As clouds again gathered above the hills of Digans this evening, the pensioner prepared for another night beneath the exposed roof. On a lighter note, a striking new photography exhibition titled This Is Us Through the Eyes of Richard Ramirez has opened at the National Academy for the Performing Arts hotel, marking what organizers describe as the first exhibition of its kind in this country to feature all works printed on glass. Curated by photographer Richard Ramirez, the collection uses its provocative title as a conceptual frame rather than a literal reference, focusing instead on how people see themselves and the environment through fragmented glass.
These, when you combine them, give a snapshot of who we are, who we were, and who we can be. We recognize the beauty of Trinidad and Tobago. So let me tell you what's really unique about this. Apart from the combination of work, everything here is on glass. We've never had an exhibition in Trinidad done this way before.
Ramirez said the decision to present the work entirely on glass was intentional and central to the experience.
I think the biggest thing for them is a surprise at how beautiful we are. We tend to focus on some of the negatives, but Trinidad has to be an active choice for you. You have to choose Trinidad.
The exhibition will run for 2 weeks, concluding on Friday, 29th. Now to this, American rapper Jeffrey Ja Rule Atkins' performance skirted to the edge of controversy during last night's R&B brunch concert after using several expletives on stage. In the past, several performers were arrested for using obscene language while performing on stage, so Atkins' spicy delivery immediately raised questions among some patrons about this country's long-debated approach to obscene language laws and enforcement. The American pair of Ashanti and Ja Rule delivered solo hits and collaborative records that helped define hip-hop and R&B in the early 2000s.
Now, how many nights does it take to make you believe my love? All these years you had your kids. I bet you wonder. That was reaching through the rain and the sun. You look like crying in that pain, who'd you wanna? Tell me, baby, you still wonder.
A bit of their performance there for you. Well, still to come in sport, Tiana Guy battles to silver medal at the El Salvador Copa boxing final after a hard-fought final.
Visit Tire Clinic Marketing, New Truck and OTR Tire Service Center at number 30 and 32 Montrose Main Road, Chabonas. Call today at 665-8973 or 672-3419. Alignment services available. Tire Clinic Marketing, Truck and OTR Service Center. A tire for every need. Dress like you mean business. At The Working Woman, we bring you stylish, professional looks made for the modern woman. From casual to formal workwear, we've got your professional wardrobe covered.
Plumbing problems? Don't guess. Call Plumbing Solutions at 628-4646. Proud to be serving Trinidad and Tobago for over 20 years. We do it all. Maintenance and repairs, new construction, sewer lines, inspection, drain cleaning, leak detection. We are licensed and insured, so call Plumbing Solutions at 628-4646.
Pulling off tonight's action, Trinidad and Tobago Bradford staged a gritty recovery on day one of the West Indies Championship final against the Guyana Harpy Eagles at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. Rajiv Singh has more.
Trinidad and Tobago Red Force staged a heroic recovery to close at 240 for 9 on day one of the final of the West Indies Championship against Guyana Harpy Eagles at the Vivian Richards Stadium in Antigua. Sent in on a day when the pre-lunch period was lost to wet patches in the area of the pitch, the Red Force batsmen struggled against an attack that got much help in the conditions, and though 69 for 2 at one stage suggested a recovery, 87 for 6 not too long after told a far different tale. With none of Evan Lewis, Cephas Cooper, Jid Gooley, Jason Mohammed, Amir Jangu or skipper Joshua De Silva firing, it was left to the lower order to rescue the team. And that they did, led by Jaden Seals, 60 knocked out, Carrie Pear 40 and Terrence Hines 29, with added contributions from Joshua James and Anderson Phillips. The Red Force fought their way to a score that sees them in with a fighting chance as day 2 beckons. Rajiv Singh, CNC3 Sport.
Well, Makaira Wallace and Jacine Phillip delivered another outstanding showing for Team TTO at the second leg of the Chile Cycling Cup yesterday. Wallace dominated the women's competition, securing sprint gold after defeating Argentina's Valentina Mendez in the final. She also powered to victory in the women's keirin, again finishing ahead of Mendez. Phillip matched that achievement in the men's division, claiming sprint gold with a commanding straight rides victory over Colombia's Christian Ortega. He also stormed to the keirin title, once again finishing ahead of Ortega. There were also podium finishes for Tennille Campbell, who earned silver in the women's elimination race and bronze in the points race, while Akil Campbell claimed bronze in the men's elimination race. Well, TNT boxer Tiana Guy had to settle for a silver medal against hometown favorite Catherine Veras when both women clashed in the 60-kilogram final of the Regal Ventura International Boxing Cup in the Dominican Republic. This was after Veras was awarded a 5-0 win on points, with all 5 judges scoring in the former's favor. The loss to Vera was her second in as many meetings, after she was also beaten in their clash via a split decision at the Independence Cup in 2024. All the bouts for Guy were part of her preparations for the upcoming Central and American Games in Santo Domingo in July. Trinidad and Tobago women produced a strong performance to defeat Jamaica 27-13 in the Rugby America's North Women's International Test match at the Larry Gomes Stadium yesterday. The win gives Trinidad and Tobago valuable momentum as they continue their Rugby America's North campaign and pursue crucial World Rugby ranking points. Well, ranked number 32 in the world entering the fixture, the Trinidad and Tobago team showed their quality against the 34th ranked Jamaicans in a fast-paced encounter that kept fans entertained. The match formed part of a series of official international tests organized by Rugby America's North, aimed at providing member unions with greater opportunities for international competition. From Rome to Old Trafford, it was a day of milestones and high drama as world number 1 ranked Jannik Sinner made history at the Italian Open, while Bruno Fernandes etched his name into the Premier League record books in a thrilling finale to the season for Manchester United. Rajiv Suraj Singh has more.
Jannik Sinner made history at the Italian Open today, defeating Norway's Casper Ruud 6-4, 6-4 to become the first Italian man since Adriano Panatta in 1976 to win the Rome title. In front of a jubilant home crowd, Sinner overcame a shaky start in both sets, finding his rhythm at key moments to seal victory after 1 hour and 45 minutes.
That's it for sport. It's back to a break.
Heart disease is the #1 cause of death in Trinidad and Tobago, driven by 2 silent threats, diabetes and high cholesterol. But now there's a powerful ally, introducing Berberine Plus by Asia Nutrition, clinically proven to stabilize blood sugar and keep cholesterol levels in check. With 99.9% pure extract, you get superior absorption and real results. Available now at Pennywise and leading pharmacies nationwide. Berberine Plus, your heart deserves better.
How can you do this? You know we're already struggling and now you want to add to our problems too?
Of course you're back here.
Ma'am, please, I hope
you listen to me. I know that for someone like you, it must be a whole lot of fun to go out and get drunk. I'll ask you this one time, that if you can't respect your daughters or care enough to avoid doing things to get yourself arrested, then at least have the basic decency not to get Alejandra involved in your reckless behavior.
Don't miss the gripping drama Cabo. Sundays at 8 p.m. only on CNC3.
Sportsmanship is when an athlete walks off the court and you can't tell if he won or lost because he carries himself with pride either way. This quote is an embodiment of sport, and for me, sport is an embodiment of life. We are where you are.
Make sure you have yourself a great investment week by viewing The Boss Report every Monday morning at 6:15 a.m. during CNC3's The Morning Brew. You'll get sound financial advice, whether you're a new or experienced investor, when you view The Boss Report. CNC3, covering your world.
Regional health authorities in Westmoreland, Jamaica are maintaining heightened surveillance amid regional concerns of the hantavirus, even though the country has not recorded any confirmed cases of the disease. This was disclosed by Medical Officer of Health for Westmoreland, Dr. Marcia Graham. Graham noted that monitoring has been intensified at the country's ports of entry to prevent possible exposure to the illness through travel. Now, she explained that individuals identified as possible contacts are monitored closely, as the disease has an incubation period ranging from 1 to 8 weeks. Persons contracting the virus are usually quarantined for at least 6 weeks. Jamaicans are urged to strengthen mosquito breeding prevention and rodent control practices across communities. St. Vincent and the Grenadines will commemorate May 21st, 2026 as Spiritual Baptist Liberation Day, which will be observed as a national holiday. They are the second country in the Caribbean to officially declare a national holiday for the Spiritual Baptist faith. Vincentians will display their faith, resilience, and pure joy on this day. Now, the date honors May 21st, 1951, when the community achieved a major legal victory. Now for a look at tomorrow's weather forecast, the Met Office says sunny, hazy, and at times breezy conditions can be expected. There is a low chance of an isolated thunderstorm. Tomorrow's maximum forecast temperature in Trinidad is 33 degrees Celsius, while Tobago will experience a high of 32 degrees Celsius. Seas are moderate, with waves reaching from 2 to 2.5 meters in open waters and 1 to 1.5 meters in sheltered areas. Well, that brings us to the end of tonight's newscast. I am Bhavita Gopalchan, and on behalf of the entire team, thank you so much for watching. Have a good night and a great week ahead.
You're watching CNC3.
1 year into the UNC administration, Trinidad and Tobago's economy is still under scrutiny. Questions remain about inflation, foreign exchange shortages, energy revenues, and whether citizens are feeling any real economic relief. Tonight, economist Dr. Ronald Ramkissoon examines the government's economic performance and assesses the job Finance Minister Devendranath Tangku has done during his first year in office. Has the administration